Hello and welcome back. New look, new channel, new hair, new season. Let's get into it. So first of all, I'm just going to address the new channel. I've changed it from Rose Edge just to something a bit more personal to me. So my own name, my own picture. Just because, why not? It's my own channel and I just preferred it like that. Second of all, the hair. New season, new hair has to be done really. I've gone for the Nat Phillips look, as you can see. But yeah, anyway, we're into a new season, near enough. We're going into the 2021-2022 season, and I'm really looking forward to it. I've missed football. I know we've just had the Euros, but let's be honest, nothing beats club football, does it really? So without further ado, let's get into the video. Today, we're going to be talking about the new kits. So the way I'm going to structure this video is I've ranked all the kits already. So I've already had a look. I've had a look a few times at them over the past few days. I've given them a ranking from 1 to 10. 1 is terrible, 10 is flawless. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to look at the home kit and the away kit, give them both a score of 1 to 10, and then I'm going to average that out and I'll create the league table from 20th to first place. Now, I'm not going to do any third kits just because I can't be bothered. To me, they're more of a marketing thing. Sometimes they wear them if kit clashes or whatever, but not all teams have released a third kit, and some teams take them more seriously than others, so I'm just going to avoid the third kits. Now, there are some teams that still haven't actually released all their kits, so if they haven't released all their kits, or if there's a kit they haven't released, I'm just going to give them a not applicable, and I'm going to give them a 5 out of 10 for that, just because on law and averages, that is what they're going to score, just so it's fair, because I can't just grade them on one kit. I'm just going to bring the average down or up, depending on where I've marked them. So yeah, if you're confused, you'll see when we get into it. I just want to say, don't deep this video. It's just a bit of fun. These kits have no bearings on how good a team is, on where a team will finish. It's just a completely aesthetic choice. You might disagree with me. You probably will. Everyone's got a different fashion taste, haven't they, really? So don't hate on me in the comments because it's just my opinion and it's just kits. If you're finding yourself getting pressed about someone's opinion on a football kit, you need to seek help. But yeah, enough waffling. Let's get into it. So in last place, rock bottom, 20th, is Watford. Now, my God, what a horrendous home kit that is. I have not seen a worse home kit from a Premier League team in ages. I can't remember one. I just hate it. I'm sorry, Watford fans. I like Watford as a team, but no, this kit is ghastly. The sponsorship is just too big. The sponsorship just takes up half the room on the kit. And the black lines do not complement the yellow at all. I don't like the changing thickness. It just reminds me of TV static for some reason. And it just doesn't go. Watford haven't actually released an away kit, so they get a non-applicable 5 out of 10 for that one. Just on law of averages, as I've already said. And that means they finish rock bottom with 3 points out of 10. In 19th place, it's Brentford. Now, Brentford's home kit is just, to me, not horrible, but it's too boring, it's too plain. It just reminds me of one of those video games or one of those football games where they have stock kits, but they don't have the licensing for any of the actual kits. So instead, they just go for a standard white and red striped top. And also, I don't like the sponsorship on there. I don't like the Hollywood Bet sponsorship on there at all. I just think it looks wrong. So yeah, a pretty poor kit for Brentford. Unfortunate for them because they play some amazing football. It would have been nice to see them play some good football in an actually nice kit. As for their away kit, it's just horribly yellow, isn't it? If you know me, I'm not the biggest fan of yellow. I had a yellow sweatshirt once and I looked in the mirror one day and I thought, nah, this colour isn't for me. And on football kits, it can work sometimes, as you'll see later on in the video, but this yellow just doesn't work. Again, I don't like the Hollywood Bets sponsorship on the front, so to me this is actually worse than the home kit because at least I like the colour scheme of the home kit. The away kit gets a 2.5 out of 10 for me, which means 3.5, 2.5, on average it gets a 3 out of 10. Now it beats Watford purely because the home kit is better than Watford's home kit. I'm going on the home kit being the deciphering factor should two teams have the same amount of points, just like goals scored really, because that one matters more than goals conceded. I mean, the home kit matters more than the away kit because you're going to play in your home kit more, aren't you? In 18th place, filling in the relegation places, is Chelsea. Now, I was surprised at this one because when I first saw Chelsea's home kit, I thought, yeah, that's actually quite nice. But the way I've made this video is I've looked at all the kits and I've looked at them over like 3 days or so and I've marked them like 3 or 4 times just so I can get, the fairest mark I can possible for me, because I do change my opinion sometimes. on kits, on looks and stuff like that. But this Chelsea kit for me, this Chelsea home kit's okay. It's not too bad. I like the blue, but there's a few things about the kit that I don't like. I don't like the zigzag and checkered patterns being together. I would have liked one or the other. I think sometimes less is more, and to me, it just makes the kit look a bit more cluttered, and I don't like that personally. I also don't really like the 3 sponsorship on the front. I think it's too big, and I just think they could have gone with something a bit smaller, a bit more minimalist, and it would have worked, because the blue's nice, the sponsorship could have been nice had it not been so big, the patterns are nice had they not been together. But overall, it's still okay. It gets a 6 out of 10 for me. As for their away kit, nah, not a fan of this away kit. I don't like yellow on kits, usually. It's not my favourite. It's not horrible. Kante looks lovely wearing it. What a baller. But not for me, no. The away kit gets a 4.5 out of 10, meaning on average, Chelsea have scored 5.25 out of 10. Out of the relegation zone now, narrowly, Aston Villa, just like they were the season before last. And yeah, their kits they're okay. They're not my favourite. To be honest, the quality of the kits this year are actually quite good. For Aston Villa to be 17th with these kits, considering they're all right, I don't mind them. It just goes to show that the designers have done quite a good job. For me, the home kit gets a 5 out of 10. I don't mind the claret and blue colourway on the other shirts. The other shirts like Burnley and West Ham, as you'll see later on in the video, they do it quite nicely. But for me, I just don't like the dimness of the blue on the sleeve in comparison to the claret lines where it changes colour. It just doesn't quite work for me personally. But the main thing about the shirt, which I don't like, is the sponsor. Kazoo, I have no problem with the Kazoo company, whatever. I've never experienced any of that. I've never dealt with them. But my God, their logo is just, to me, so childish. And Kazoo, it just sounds childish. So, not for me. It does bring the kit down a little bit. Now here I accidentally reviewed the Aston Villa away shirt for last season. What a stupid twat. Anyway, this away shirt's quite nice, it's quite clean, I quite like the colour scheme, I like the whites and the claret. Yet again though, I'm not a fan of the Kazoo sponsorship, so for me, this one gets a 6. I kept the same energy for the Everton kit, as you'll see later on in the video. But yeah, the Villa home kit gets a 5 out of 10, the Villa away kit, slightly nicer, gets a 6 out of 10, so on average, Villa get 5.5 out of 10. In 16th place, it is Newcastle. Now, Newcastle haven't actually released their away kit yet. I haven't seen any credible leaks for it, so I'm just not going to include it. Not applicable. 5 points out of 10. Looking at their home kit, it's quite nice. I don't mind it. I've seen a lot of Newcastle fans slating it. I don't think it's as bad as people are making out. The main issue being the sponsor. I don't like these big betting company sponsors all over the shirt. It just makes it look a bit tacky to me. Don't like it. I would have liked a much more minimalist sponsor. But I do quite like the collar and I do quite like the buttons coming down. Although I think I'm the minority for that because a lot of people don't like that, it seems. But yeah, I give the home kit a 6 out of 10 because it's okay. It's not bad. I don't hate it. And the away kit doesn't exist at the moment. 5 out of 10. 6, 5, on average, 5.5 out of 10. Same points as Villa, but the home kit got 6. The Villa home kit got 5. So Newcastle just on top of Villa there. In 15th place, it's the seaside team, Brighton. Now, Brighton's home kit, again, it's okay. I quite like it. I quite like the colours. It's a bit basic yet again, but it is classic Brighton. I quite like it. It suits their identity, I think. And I kind of like the yellow texture going down the side and coinciding with the tick as well. 6 out of 10 for that one for me. As for Brighton's away kit now, I'm going to say something controversial. I know a lot of people really like Brighton's away kit. It's just not really for me. I don't like the sleeve pattern. I like the colour somewhat. I like the green. However, I don't really like the sleeve pattern in comparison to the plainness of the main body of the t-shirt. I just think it's just a bit naff really. It's not my favourite, but it's okay. And for that reason, it gets a 5. That means overall Brighton score a 5.5 out of 10. They beat Newcastle to 15th because they've announced 2 kits. Newcastle have only announced 1 kit, so it's only fair. In 14th place, it's the South Londoners, Crystal Palace. Now, the weird thing with Crystal Palace is they haven't actually released their home shirt yet. I don't really know what's going on. They've released their away shirt, but they're the only team in this video that hasn't actually released their home shirt, which is confusing, but oh well. They get a non-applicable 5 out of 10 for their home shirt. As for their away shirt, it's another yellow away kit, but this one's actually a lot nicer than the others, in my opinion. I like the complementary red and blue stripes. I think it goes nicely with the yellow. It's like the primary colours really, isn't it? And I also like the eagle feature on the body. I think that's quite a nice touch. Palace's away kit gets a 6.5 out of 10, meaning their average 5.75. In 13th place, Man City. Now, Man City's home kit, I don't really like it. I don't like the V-neck at the top. I don't like the skin-tight fit. I don't really like the plainness of it. I don't know, it just seems a bit dim. I don't know, it's just a bit plain to me. And I like plain, I like minimalist, as you'll see when we come to the Tottenham kit in some instances. But for me, I just didn't really like it, and I don't like the V-neck. For me, to improve it, they should have done a higher crew neck with a sort of white collar line. I would have preferred that, but I'm not a kit designer, am I? As for their away kit, it's a nice kit. It is nice. Everyone on Twitter's loving it. I don't adore it, but I think it's quite nice, yeah. I think it will actually be nicer for Champions League nights than it will for Premier League midday kickoffs or whatever, because like it's for playing under the stars, isn't it? It's for playing under the floodlights, that one. But it's nice. 6.5 out of 10 for me. So Man City score on average 5.75. They beat Crystal Palace because they released a home kit and Crystal Palace didn't. In 12th place, it's Wolves. The home kit's quite nice. It gets a 6.5 out of 10 for me. Castor, a good job. I like the complementing black and orange features. I think that works quite nicely. I don't really like the sponsor on the front. It's, again, too big for me. I think I would have liked something a little bit more minimalist to boost the marks a bit. But there we go, 6.5 out of 10. Wolves haven't released an away kit. Non-applicable, 5 out of 10, which means they also get 5.75 out of 10. They beat Man City because 6.5 out of 10 for their home kit in comparison to Man City's 5. You should get this by now. If you don't get this by now, what are you doing? And to complete the bottom half of the table, Spurs. And we might be saying that at the end of next season, to be honest. Sorry, I think Spurs will do better than that. I'm just joking. First up, Spurs' home kit. I really, really like it. I don't know what it is. It's so plain, but it works. The neckline's nice. The sponsor goes with the blue of the Nike tick and the Spurs badge. I just don't know why. Most people will just think of this as a normal kit, but for me, I really like it. I guess an 8 for me. It's just less is more sometimes, and this is when it works. But Spurs' average is brought down painfully by their away kit. What is that? I really don't like it. I'm not a fan of this away kit at all. It's like someone's been sick in space. It's just really busy. I don't like the sludginess of the colours. Other people will really like it. For me, no. 3.5 out of 10. That means Spurs also get 5.75 out of 10, but their home kit with the 8 out of 10 boosts them up massively. Now, I'm actually going to end this video here. This has been part 1 of this, just because I'm stretching for time at the moment. This is going to be a long video if I include all the teams. What I'll do is I'll upload part 2 tomorrow, and that's when you'll see 10th till 1st, and you'll see who I think has the best kits. But as for now, that's the end of the video. Thanks very much for watching. If you have enjoyed this new style of video, if you're looking forward to the new season, please hit like, please subscribe if you haven't. Comment down below your favourite kit that I've spoken about in this video, and I'll see you for another video soon.